There we go. Fuck. All right.
Is there an intro, or do we just get ready to...
Oh, we got an intro. Don't you worry. Welcome to Master Memories, the podcast where my friends talk about their lives. Today, on February 5th, 2023, I'm here with Cody Joseph Pastino.
Yes, sir.
A.K.A. You Just Got Pastinoed, A.K.A. Codester, A.K.A. The world's biggest Sopranos fan, A.K.A. Where's the fucking Gabagool?
I almost wore my Sopranos hoodie.
Should. And A.K.A. the world's happiest Cardinals and Heat fan.
Well, happy's a strong word to throw at the Cardinals right now.
That was kind of the joke.
Yeah.
Any other nicknames I missed?
If you want to shout out Drew Weber, I mean the Pistol.
Oh, Pistol Pastino. How could I forget?
Pistol Pete, yeah.
My goodness.
Pistol Pastino, Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete?
Because you know Pistol Pete Maravich?
Yeah,
That's why it started.
I don't think I ever heard him call you that.
No, he didn't call me Pistol Pete, but I think that's why he started the Pistol.
What was your first memory of me and you?
I mean, the first time we met was when you were rushing ATL.
Really?
Yeah, because Adam brought me there, and I wasn't able to rush yet because it was fall semester my freshman year.
Yeah, and I was a sophomore, so.
Yeah, and I just didn't even know you were rushing. I just thought you were in ATO. So, I mean, that was the first time we met. I think first memory, though, I went to, the first time at your dorm sophomore year, and they, told a story about how your desk was in the bathroom. That's the first memory I actually have.
RIP shower desk. That was a good fucking dorm.
Those are fun days.
Those still miss Bowman. Those last 2 months we never got.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did not know that we met at Rush. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, it was quick. Quick, but I remember seeing you there and talking to you there for a brief second. Because then Adam was trying to get you around to meet everybody.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I didn't even know it was a Rush event.
Yeah, really?
No. Adam just texted me to come by the ATL house, so I went by.
Dude, I don't know. My sophomore year Rush, I kind of somewhat remember it, but it's I can't tell if I blocked it out or not. It's just I don't know. You know how it was. It's just you talk to so many fucking people.
Yeah.
Did you prefer rushing as a brother or rushing as a Rush?
Rushing as a brother, I think it was more fun.
Yeah.
Because I was at least hanging out with everybody.
Yeah.
It was an excuse to see everybody. But rushing is a rush. I was kind of going through by myself, so.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't, it's not like Kraus rushed with me. I wasn't rushing with anyone. I was just going by myself.
Yeah, I know how you feel.
I think as a brother it was more fun because I was actually hanging out with people.
I feel I cared a lot more when I was a Rush, trying to meet people, whereas
yeah.
Ever since I was a brother, I don't give a shit about Rush.
Right, and I was never someone who was yeah, don't let this fucking kid in. Unless it was someone that I think just wouldn't have.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was never yeah, fuck this kid, I don't want to be in the fraternity. So I never, unless I was trying to get someone in, which I don't think I ever really, besides Eric and Ryan, which even then I didn't have to do a lot of work.
Yeah.
I mean
that was me with
or Zach. I said Ryan. Holy fuck.
I was
Zach.
gonna say which Ryan?
No, yeah, Zach. But he was gonna get a bid regardless because he's Ryan's little brother. So yeah. I think that was the most during Rush where I've been yeah, that's
yeah. I feel it's almost fucking a job. It's
yeah.
if you got the network opportunity, you're probably more likely. But it's if I don't know you, I don't really care unless
right.
you if you can make me care, it's
And then as you get older too, now this year, dude, I didn't give a shit. I'm not gonna know any of these kids.
Yeah. What were you doing before we started filming today?
I was actually watching The Godfather 2.
Really?
Yeah. I've seen it before. I unfortunately, HBO Max, don't know when it happened, took Goodfellas off of HBO Max. So woke up disappointed, decided I want to throw a movie on, and stumbled upon. I watched Animal House Friday night, so I didn't want to rewatch Animal House.
Yeah.
So just threw on Godfather 2.
Just a light, casual Sunday watch. Yeah.
I had Godfather 2 on. I had money on the Hornets, which, if you don't mind,
go for it.
A check.
Do not disturb off now that I think about it.
That just reminded me. And they lost. Okay, great.
So great day. Yeah.
Great day. So I was watching that. I was watching the Buckeyes lose to Michigan because our basketball team is in shambles. And then That's it, really.
I think Holtman's done. Like,
Yeah.
I think he's gonna leave rather than getting fired. Honestly, like,
I don't know. The issue with him is he's a really good recruiter. He just
can't coach.
his game management sucks.
Yeah, he's Doc Rivers, but college level.
There's just no excuse to lose every year in March. And now this year we're not even gonna make it. I think this year like we have every excuse to fire him because like I think in years past like yeah where we choked in March, like he was still getting guys like Malachi first round pick, Liddell first round pick,
Second.
oh second yeah should have been first. But either way like he was up for the Wooden Award. He was an All-American. So like we haven't really had an excuse to fire him I think now.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, like the teams have always like underachieved, but they still like achieved. And now it's like, I mean, yeah, we just don't win. And like, I guess I'd rather have like NBA prospects than win, but like that's not like I'd rather have both.
Well, and the issue too is like it's Ohio State. There's so much potential. Like the top 10 biggest arenas in college sports.
Mm-hmm.
The facility's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, there's no excuse not to be a powerhouse.
I hope Bronny comes. I think if he doesn't go to like a blue blood, I think he's gonna come here.
I think he's gonna stay in Cali and go to SC, but I don't
SC.
know.
UCLA.
No. UCLA's Under Armour.
Forgot that we have to like.
So like, I think that's why the top 3 were Ohio State, Oregon, and USC. I think he'll stay at USC, but I don't know. I mean,
do you think Braun's like pushing him in any way with that?
I don't.
Because I do wonder, like, because obviously, like just a kid from Akron, like Ohio State was obviously like the thing for him, and like the thing he's always talked about.
Right.
Like, I wonder if that's influenced Bronny at all. Is my point.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, also like when you look at, if you look at the mock draft this year, the top 3 are Wembanyama,
Yeah,
Scoot, and then the dude from Overseas Elite. So it's like.
I thought it was another G League like guy.
Well, yeah, so top 4 then.
Okay.
But like the top 4 in the draft, like the first college prospect projected isn't until 5th.
Yeah.
So it's like, Bronny doesn't even have to go play college basketball.
He could go to the G League. He could go overseas. Like he could do it LaMelo. Honestly,
You can go. I meant overtime elite, not overseas elite.
Yeah, but I don't know. I did see a mock draft on my Instagram the other day that was like had an Ohio State guy going like top 10.
Yeah, Sensabaugh. And we don't even fucking start him.
You serious?
No, he's our 6th man. It's like, dude, start your best player. You got to be able to generate, like, as a coach, you got to be able to generate bench scoring another way if it means benching your best player.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's got to be another way.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't even start him.
I don't know. Is he at the very least like like a Lou Will 6-man where it's like he like plays a lot of minutes but just comes off the bench?
Yeah. But it's like, dude.
Like it's a mentality of being a starter.
Yeah, it's like where I know there's the cliche, like it doesn't matter who starts the game, it matters who finishes. But like in a basketball game, if you put your best 5 on the floor to start the game and you come out and you smack a team in the mouth, it's a lot easier to win a game when you're up than having to come back.
Exactly.
So
I completely agree.
Holtman pisses me off.
It sets a stage. But our guys have been, outside of EJ, who, tore his ACL, like Malachi has been doing, like, put up.
Yeah, he scored 20 in his past 2 games.
He's put up, I remember this, I was looking at this because he was drafted via the Raptors' first round pick, and he put up 48 points in the last 2 games. Like, pretty good efficiency. Like,
kid from Akron.
Not EJ. Who am I thinking of from on the Suns?
Dwayne
Washington.
Dwayne Washington, yeah.
He's like a good role player.
Yes,
like,
I think he'll be in the league for a couple more years, for sure.
Yeah, the Pacers were fucking idiots.
Let him go, because he fit their system so well, too.
Yeah, he would have been, imagine the Pacers would not have lost, those 10 games if he was, Tyrese's replacement. Yes, he's, a shoot-first guard, but it's like...
He's got that rational confidence. That's what you need. But T.J. McConnell did play well, but he didn't have...
He's also T.J. McConnell. It's like he was... he wasn't even the best player on the... Was it T.J. Warren that was above MJ?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's like you're not the wrong you're not the right
He
TJ.
wasn't the best TJ, yeah.
Yeah. Can't even that's the problem. I feel like the East has the second best TJ and the second best Nikola. Vooch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess
I thought you were gonna say Jovic. You got me excited there.
Oh yeah, and the third best, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's hurt though. He's not playing.
R.I.P. So right now, what does your typical day or week look like?
So, I mean, this year with my schedule, because I'm only taking 9 credit hours, it's Tuesday and Thursdays are the only time I'm required to like leave my apartment to go to class. That's golf. So then, right now, like Mondays, I try to get done as much work like for my online courses as I can, and then Tuesdays go to golf. So basically, my week is on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, get as much of my online courses done, and then Tuesday, Thursday's golf, and then I'll just work out every morning because first class is until 1. So work out every morning, and then every night after class is watching NBA, and that's basically my schedule.
You're living the dream.
Thursday's outer, and then Friday, Saturday figured out, and then Sunday football, but now we only got 1 more week.
This is what senioritis looks like right here.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm the poster child for senioritis right now.
goddamn, dude. I feel like that last semester, just all that motivation, especially now that you're like accepted to grad school, it's like, it's just like graduate.
And
Don't fuck up.
like my classes do golf, beer and wine. My business class, like I actually have to take serious. And then, and then my 4th class is just all online. Like they're not much work. So I could finish everything by Wednesday. And then it's like Thursday I'm outer. So it's like, I mean, my Thursdays are get back from golf at 3, play Guitar Hero till 7, pregame, go to outer.
You play 3 hours of Guitar Hero every day.
On and off, yeah.
You're living the dream. I'm not even saying this with any sarcasticness. I am very jealous of you.
Yeah. I've now shifted towards 2K since I started that
Routine.
Yeah, that association mode, which I just got the first pick in the 2009 draft.
You're taking Curry, aren't you?
I took Steph.
So Steph along with Wade.
So I have Steph and Wade. I also got DeMar DeRozan because I had 2 lottery picks.
Well, fuck yeah.
So rookie DeRozan, so he's coming off the bench. Right now lineup is Steph, Wade, Sean Marion, Paul Millsap, and Andre Bargnani, who I've developed into one of the best big men in the league. He's an 88 overall.
Should be.
So my big 3 is Steph, Wade, and Bargnani, and now Millsap's the 4th.
Where did Greg Oden land up in the 2007?
See, so the thing is, since I started in 2002, like, there's some teams that are better, and then some teams that are worse.
Yeah.
Like, that weren't back then. I think he's on the Nets. And I think he hasn't gotten hurt yet either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Bargnani was just more of like he had a lot of potential, just like he didn't live up to it. And like I'm glad that he's doing it.
He's part of the big 3. I run the Warriors offense.
There you go. But Oden was supposed to be the next Bill Russell.
Yeah. So he was actually the 2nd pick though. They took Durant first. I forgot what team he went to. The Grizzlies took Durant first. Yeah. And then
Nets 2nd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I rejected the Raptors' right to rebrand their team, so they got the old dinosaur look with the purple jerseys. Did that one for you.
I'm still sad about Greg Oden because like I don't know. The only sports I watched growing up were Ohio State football and basketball. Football more than basketball, but it's like I remember Greg Oden going to the league and just like, damn, like we got like a first overall pick and a fourth overall pick. Like Mike Conley's like been a great player. I mean, a one-time All-Star, which I think still has an asterisk because he was a 2nd injury replacement.
I know.
But like Greg Oden would have been so good, and like it's not the fact that like he was a Wiggins or a Andrew Bennett. Or like a this, that, the other, where it's just like it was a mentality or it just wasn't skilled enough.
I think Wiggins rewrote his history last year.
If Wiggins never went to the Warriors, he would be not a bust, but just he would be like Bogut.
Andrew Wiggins has had a Reggie Bush type career where their expectations were so high that it was going to be really hard for them to live up, and they're considered busts, but they didn't suck. They just weren't as good as they were supposed to be.
I mean, he's a one-time All-Star starter. Yeah. Which fan vote again should be eliminated.
Right.
But like,
I still think he would have made it that year though.
Yeah. It was a weak year. But he's defensively great, which I never feel people never talked about that. Yeah. Minnesota, and then like, dude is one of the most consistent players in the league. Like, if you need 10 points, he'll give you 20. If you need 30 points, he's going to give you 20. Like, he is just.
He has more total career points than Kawhi Leonard. Oh, fuck Kawhi, dude.
No, I
think the thing that, back to Greg Oden, the thing that sucks the most about Greg Oden, especially early on, is
when he played, he was great.
it was never that he sucked. It wasn't like Anthony Bennett where it was like we literally can't play this guy. Or Darko Milicic were like, if you put those guys on the court, they fucking sucked. Like it wasn't like you could never play those guys. With Greg Oden, it was like he was a monster when he was on the court. He just couldn't.
Didn't he drop like 40 points one night?
I think he had a 20-20 game.
Like I remember there was a game where him and Shaq, who was on the Suns at that point, were like going back to back like on the floor. It's like it's a matter of like his knees. I mean, like
and then obviously like later in his career when he was able to play, he wasn't the same guy. But at that point, he was through so many injuries where nobody expected him to.
So many surgeries.
Early on in his career, it was like, holy shit, this guy's gonna be a monster.
I think it was like there was a stat like him, Brendan Roy, and LaMarcus Aldridge played 62 games together, and they were 50-12.
Yeah,
they would have been.
That was the saddest. That team is one of the most like forgotten teams in NBA history, and they could have been so good.
It's a matter of they had two guys who just had worse knee. Like some of the like Brandon Roy is just one of the saddest stories.
Yeah.
Him and Derrick Rose, I put them up there, but like I don't know, Greg. Like I do wonder how, like considering the fact that both of them had such knee problems, like Brandon Roy obviously wasn't his problem, but like I wonder if Greg Oden got drafted to a different team, like in the same way that Steph Curry probably would be Steph Curry if he wasn't drafted to the Warriors because of like their medical advancements.
Yeah.
Like if Greg Oden went to a different team, would he have been the same?
See now, and even if that Portland team would have stayed healthy, I don't know if they would have been able to compete with the Lakers or Spurs. But they were.
But they were like they would have been like a grit and grind team where it's like they're always like a dark horse or like even were the Clippers contenders, I guess, like championship contenders, Lob City.
I'd say they were.
Yeah, I'd say they may be a tier under that. Maybe fighting with the Clippers for like best like third or fourth option. You know?
Yeah, we'll always consider you a contender, but we're never going to take you serious. Is kind of what.
Yeah. Where do you lean politically and why?
So I think I'm the worst person to ask because this is gonna sound bad, but I don't really give a shit. Like I would say like almost where like you'll get people who are casual fans of teams. I'd say I'm a very casual political. Like I'll vote every year because I feel like I should, but I don't really vote one way or the other. I kind of just through the little blips I hear, I'll form an opinion. I'll vote, but like. Which way do I lean? I don't know. I mean, there's certain things about both sides I don't like, but I wouldn't say. I would say I'm an unaffiliated third party. Basically, I just don't care. Like it's just fuck politics.
You, Evan, and Adam are the exact same political people. I swear to God.
Probably. I don't. Yeah, I just don't really like. Unfortunately, I just don't consume myself in politics at all.
Yeah, I mean, like. I mean, yes, it's important, but I mean, there's other important things in life that people are also uninterested or uninvolved in. I'm curious when you say like every year, like every 2 years, 4 years.
So every 2 years, 4 years. Not that it counts as like big political things. I'll vote for my hometown's levy every year.
There you go.
But that's because I feel like
well, I mean,
don't want to be a piece of shit.
Local elections, I've said this before and I'll say it again, local elections are the most important things because it's like, the higher up you get, like, yes, I guess, like, the wider impact you have, but it's like, the less specific it is, you know?
But no, I'll still vote every 2 years, 4 years. But I'm also not someone, though, who, like, if I'm, like, severely uneducated on something, I just won't vote for that, like, section. But, like...
You can leave it blank.
I think so, yeah.
I did not know that. Huh.
I think so. At least, hey, maybe my vote didn't count for the presidential election because I voted president and that's it. And I turned the shit in because I don't know anybody else. I feel like I shouldn't vote on it.
Yeah, fair point. I will say, I was talking to Mulch about this. Like, there's a lot of websites that like if you just like, or what I do whenever I always get a vote from home ballot and I just look up like blank or the two people's names and then they usually like. There's like 4 or 5 websites. I usually just go to the same website every time and maybe 2 depending on the people. And it's like. Just look at like the blurbs that they have for like top 3 like platforms, like why you should vote for me. Like,
I admittedly should.
Yeah.
Like I'm just a lazy piece of shit when it comes to politics.
No, I get it. Like I said, not everyone is super involved, but as long as you're voting, that's the most important part. You know, it's like you have a civic duty. I don't even think it's like a civic like optionality. It's like make your voice heard, or at the very least, if you're gonna complain about something, vote. Because like the worst people are the people that are like bitching or moaning about the current president or like some political anything, and it's like,
they're doing
oh sorry, my vote doesn't matter. Like everyone votes matters. You know, like enough people think that, and it's like then like if you have like all those people vote, they could really change the tide. You know.
Right, and you never sound cool to be the d-bag that's like, oh, I never vote. Like fuck voting.
Yeah.
Like come on.
Like that's not cool. Like no one's like that guy who doesn't vote. That guy's a badass. You know.
It's like all right, dude. Now you just sound like an idiot.
Yeah.
Like you could admittedly be like, yeah, I don't listen to politics at all, but I'll still vote based on what, you know, my circle thinks of these. Like I formed opinions based off of what my circle thinks of these people. That's better than not voting at all.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, the very like you said, like at the very least, like even if you're voting like only because what other people say, like at least it's like getting your opinion out, even if it might be influenced by other people. Like it's something better than nothing. Right?
It'll be fun to look back on this conversation 10 years from now and see if
when you're a tax-paying, hard-working salary man.
Yeah, if I have opinions then.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the point of it. It's like in 5 years, 15 years, like whatever years, like coming back to who you are, like as a college senior. Especially like the thing that's interesting for me is like people's kids. Like imagine like here's your dad when he was your age, something like that, you know?
Yeah, that'll be a fun one.
Yeah, I mean, like they can see, like, hey, he wasn't any better than me. He ate just as much gabagool as I did. Made chicken cutlets every day.
That's why my fantasy football name is Tony Top Cross Bottom. So one day Krause's kids have to ask him what that means.
They're gonna have to ask, especially after this. What is your relationship like with your family?
Say it's a good, loving relationship. You know, some people are not fortunate enough to have good relationships with their parents and family. So I'm grateful mine is good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Parents are involved in, you know, my life and I'm involved in theirs and same with my brothers. So, you know, you've met my dad a handful of times, so.
Shout out Joe.
Yeah, you know, they're very interested in my life, just like I am with theirs, which is good because, you know, you have people who, I remember pledging, I mean, I made it a thing, like, call your mothers every Monday. And it's like, there's some people who straight up, that was the only time they talk to their mom. Like, I talk to my mom multiple times a week. Same with my dad. So, and you know, only being 2 hours apart, like, you've seen them visit to relive their college days quite often. So, yeah, I have a good relationship and I'm grateful for it. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Wendy, shout out Joe, and Jackson and Jake.
Yeah. Yeah, Jackson can be an asshole, but...
That's how little brothers are, right?
Yeah, I had to say that 'cause he's my little brother, but...
Yeah.
And also, he finally beat me in 2K, so...
How long has it taken him?
Yeah, I think he's like 1 in 150.
Jesus. What about Jake, though? How's he?
No, Jake beats me.
No, I mean, like, in general.
Oh, he's doing well, you know. I haven't talked to him much about this Kyrie trade. It'll be interesting to get his thoughts, being a Luka fan.
Yeah,
but
well, to be fair, it happened, what, like 15 minutes before we started recording? Not a lot of time.
It'll be interesting, too, see how that goes. But, yeah, he's doing well, you know. Big week for him. Chiefs are in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He's a Chiefs fan still. We'll see if he's still a Chiefs fan 10 years from now or if Mahomes migrates somewhere else. But big week for him. He's getting ready, locked in.
Is he a bigger Pat Mahomes fan or is he a bigger Chiefs fan?
So, I mean, Jake has always been a fan of players. So, like,
I gotcha.
Early on, unfortunately, it started with Mike Vick and then that whole situation. Which, you know, him only being 7 at the time, my mom was kind of put in a tough situation because it's like, do I want to tell my son what he did, let him root for him still? And then Jake eventually, like, not long after, went to the Texans. He was an Andre Johnson fan. And then ever since, it was just year by year, he kind of was a fan of players and then would be rooting for that team until Mahomes. And now
Mahomes is his current guy?
Mahomes is his guy currently, but he's become more of a Chiefs fan overall. And, you know, Mahomes is on contract for another decade. So I consider him a pretty big Chiefs fan now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's been completely invested in the team, so.
I wonder what that was like between Michael Vick and dogfighting as well as, like, you know, Kobe's, like, allegations in, like, 03. Like, being a parent and, like, having to, like, sit your kid down and being like, yeah, you can't root, like, you probably shouldn't root for this guy.
That's why you shouldn't name your dogs or kids after athletes. Never do it.
Like, John Stockton was, like, you know, this squeaky clean boy, and now he's, like, an anti-vaxxer conspiracy theorist. Like, Karl Malone's Karl Malone.
Imagine all the people down here that name their dogs after Zeke. Now Zeke's made up for it. But, like, and then a year after he graduates, he's pulling a girl's tits out on camera, getting her. Like, come on. Like, you know, like, it's like, can't name your kid. And now it's.
I can't even name your kid Urban. I mean, like, the whole.
Exactly. Imagine if you named your kid Urban or your dog Meyer.
Yeah.
And that happens.
Like, I don't know, the cult of celebrity is weird. It's like, you never meet these people, you're just, like, a fan of them, but it's like, at the end of the day, they're people, like, one, they have emotions, but two, like, they're, you know, they have good days and bad days, but then, like, you know, at the same time, like...
I mean, dude, imagine if we named Brutus.
Imagine if we were fucking famous, you know, like, if people admired us and they found out that, you know, like, you're just eating, like, chicken cutlets, like, every day, just, like, playing Guitar Hero 3 hours, which, again, I admire that part. But it's like...
Falling off the Vatican porch, breaking my elbow.
Yeah, I mean, like, at the end of the day, like, no one's perfect, like, you know, especially like, with fame comes ego and, like, all that, like...
There's one guy who hasn't fucked up.
Who?
The King.
LeBron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you can be upset with his tweets all you want. Those are fucking.
Those are corny.
Yeah.
You know, they're not harming anyone. Like, he's been famous since, like, 16 years old, and he's never fucked up. It's admirable.
That's silly, dude.
Yeah, but, I don't know, back to that Kyrie thing real quick. I think that, like, does Kyrie have a fan base that likes him?
That's what I was wondering, because...
Do the Cavs like him?
So Cavs fan base, I think eventually will, again, because he still hit the shot.
Yeah.
But right now, no.
Still he left on bad terms, the only thing.
And then, it's not only that he left on bad terms, it was the shit he was saying when he left, too. You can't say, I wanted to go to a real sports city, and expect the old sports city to not be upset.
Yeah.
You know?
I think he's going to have a Vince Carter, like, relationship with the city where it's like...
I agree.
It's going to take a while, and there's still going to be some people that hate him because of how he left. But I think that over time, things are going to warm up. But, like, he's never going back...
Celtics fucking hate him.
Dude, Celtics fan, especially when he stomped on Lucky, my goodness, that shit is goofy.
And now they're, like, stomping on his jersey when he goes back to games and flicking him off. Like,
yeah, and then
Boston hates him. And
like, Brooklyn.
Do you see the, I think it was the New York Post this morning?
What'd they say?
It was like a checklist. It was like Kyrie's checklist on the Nets, and it was pocket 140 mil or however much he made.
Yeah.
Miss 150 games, however many he missed. And then it was like, cry, demand trade, post anti-Semitic video, don't get the vax, and then like one more thing. And they're all checked.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like, he wanted a max contract, but he was a part-time player. Like, he's like, again, like, if Kyrie is quiet, he's charging up his ultimate. Like,
so I think Kyrie's issue is, I don't think he understands the reason he's not getting a max. There's not a team in the league that wouldn't give a player with Kyrie's ability, regardless of how old he is right now, a max.
It's the off-the-court stuff that hurts.
Right, so what do? You go demand a fucking trade? Like, that's just feeding into it. Nobody wants you because nobody could trust you for 4 years.
Did you see his tweet right after he demanded a trade? It was like, surround yourself with people that celebrate you. It's like, that's your problem. You are surrounded by yes men that enable these behaviors that are too afraid to tell you that Kyrie, you know, like, vanishing for months on end for the Nets, or like sitting out because of, like, you know, anti-vaxxing.
He needs Richard Jefferson, he needs J.R. Smith, he needs a guy in the locker room. And I'm not saying KD's not that guy, but KD probably doesn't give a shit. KD just shows up and hoops.
Yeah,
like, as much as we call him a cupcakes, which
he's there to play basketball. Right. That's it. He doesn't care about any off the court stuff, which is both admirable, but also it's like with the Warrior stuff, it's like kind of questionable the fact that, like, that's all, like, yeah.
And now I don't know if it's because of how this summer went. I thought I was maybe gonna have to cheer for him on my favorite team, but I've grown to hate KD less. I still hate him for what he did, but that's because I'm a LeBron fan. Like, in terms of everything else, like, at least the dude shows up and plays every night, unless he physically can't. Like,
yeah, I think that's the thing that it's almost like Curry, that those couple, or between the 19 championship and the, like, 2020 or 2022 one, where it's like he, like, the Warriors were shit, but he was still amazing. It's like he was human, and it's like his team got brought down a peg, so it's like I can cheer for him still. Like, KD is like the only person on the Nets in the last 3 years that is not, like, you haven't heard any controversy outside of his trade demand, but it's like when you have a guy who comes in, you know, like, I guess overweight, and then just, like, demands a trade right after, like, the whole thing with Kyrie, like, with Harden. You have Ben Simmons, who's Ben Simmons right now. I mean, like, he's a fucking hustle with his former self. And then you have Kyrie, who's done everything we talked about. Like, he's done nothing but put his head down and hoop.
I don't know how to describe it too, because I can't think of the word, but, like, Kyrie had this charisma about him too, where, like, with the Uncle Drew thing, he was fucking loved by everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar to Antonio Brown. When Antonio Brown back in his heyday, he was a beast. Like, he had the businesses booming.
Career suicide.
Fucking beast. Everybody loved him. And Kanye, same way. Everybody loved him. To see the way those three fell off, because it was all kind of similar, is insane because their fan bases were fucking huge.
Yeah.
Huge. And now they don't have, they don't even have a hometown to call anymore.
Yeah. I think Kanye is a little different because music, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's like I said, like, it's celebrities, like, you know, or with famous people, it's like, think about how stupid the average person is. Half the population is stupider than that. It's like,
and
now they have a
give them
platform
all
to say whatever they
millions,
want with, like, with maybe not no repercussions, but the fact that they don't need to care because, you know, they're making millions a year. It's like, why not? Sure, yeah, you might lose some fans, but it's like...
Fuck, those three, man.
There was I think it was Hudson's podcast, like, last summer, before, like, this year's Kyrie and Kanye stuff happened. It's like, I remember saying, like, Kanye and Kyrie are the same people in different, like, different bodies. And it's like, that I hate to say it, but that might be my best take.
Dude, it's 100% true. Like, they are. And their downfalls were similar.
Yeah. I don't know. They're fucks.
Fucking idiots.
It's funny how this all stems from politics.
I know.
Yeah. I guess for sports politics is the stuff we care about most, don't it?
I mean, sports and politics have a lot of similar ideals. Same with sports and religion.
The parties that you like, you know, the people that you adamantly hate.
Yeah.
What's your most unique talent?
I mean, when we've been on the trivia wave, I think I'm elite at sports trivia. But I think I'm elite at naming old athletes. I say that's one of my unique talents. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna write it that.
That's a good answer.
My unique talent is my sports history knowledge, I'd say.
I will say, like, there were some, like, questions in that one where it's like, you know, this person was the 2002 rebounding person at, like, or, like, the college mascots. That's the one that's fucked up to me. It's like, you'll know, like, the University of
Belmont Bruins.
Yeah, it's like just the randomest shit. It's like, you got a big old brain just full of sports info.
Yeah, and the Wofford Terriers, that was the answer to that.
The Wofford name one person in this entire union that knows the College of Wofford.
Yeah,
where Wofford is.
They beat Tyler Hero in the...
Where is Wofford?
They might have lost that game, but they played Tyler Hero in the tournament.
Legitimately, like, what state is Wofford?
I actually don't know what state Wofford.
You don't even know what state Wofford's in, but you know their mascot.
Actually, wait. I want to say it's like in one of the Carolinas or it's down that area, but I don't know. I actually don't know what state it's in. I know like a lot of mascots and shit. Like, I know. Yeah.
What's IUPUI? I mean to learn this.
IUPUI is the Jaguars.
Go Jags. They have the best name.
They suck though.
They do?
I
guess they do.
Teams,
yeah.
Oh, they're fucking horrible.
Yeah.
They had like an open tryout last year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like, no college has open tryouts.
They had an open tryout.
Jesus.
They were that bad.
They can't even get like D3 people like come. But Jesus, that's terrible. Well, I guess it's not terrible. It's like that's alarming, I guess.
And unfortunately, I know all these things because of sports gambling. But no, I mean, and playing 2K. Like, I know Earl Boykins from 2K.
Earl Boykins, yeah, that was a good one.
And I saw him at the Twinsburg rack when I was like 8.
There was one I meant to send the other day. It was like Quintavious
Caldwell Pope?
No. It was like some stupid name. It's like I've seen this name before, but it's like it's such a sports name. Or maybe Quintavious was like the last name. I don't know. I have a picture of it in my phone somewhere that I need to go through.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll probably send it in first take, and I'll be like, Cody, this was the person I was talking about.
Yeah.
What were you doing when you first got the news of COVID?
I was actually at Liz's house.
Really?
Yeah. We were watching a show. I don't remember what show, but I remember sitting on our couch and like we got the email. And I was like, holy shit, like another week of spring break. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember where I was when I actually got the email that like, hey, like school's done for the year. But then I remember me and my dad driving down to move out of my dorm. And that was fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was a fucked up like 3-day period where it's like some extra spring break and then just like abject sadness.
Because the thing that sucked about that too was like, that was freshman year of college. Like, so I remember the main reason I was happy that we got the extra week of spring break, because I was like, oh shit, like, Hell Week got pushed back another week. Like, let's go. And then
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, I forgot you guys were like in the middle of. You didn't even have Big Little.
Dude, I don't even remember the last. Well, we ended up having it.
Yeah, but it's like you didn't have like a real one, you know? No
Yeah.
offense.
I don't remember the like actual last like memory I had in my dorm because like we left for spring break and then like you had to sign up to move out,
Yeah.
but they only had like weekdays available.
Yeah.
So me and my dad were like, fuck it, like he can't get off work.
Yeah. Just
He's
go down.
running his business. So like Sunday we just drove down and moved out.
Mhm.
And like I didn't even move out with Kraus. Like Kraus
That
ended up going
sucks.
back. So like we just left his shit all in the room and moved out like all the big stuff, all the food, like
Yeah.
everything. And then it was like, damn, like that's it.
That's how me, Evan, Adam, and Sophia were. Because me, Evan, and Adam were able to, like, at the very least, schedule ours like, move out time the same. It's like,
Right.
Hudson couldn't. So, like, Hudson came afterwards and just saw, like, a husk of a room.
Yeah.
Got a picture of it from him. It was just like, damn, crying in the club or something like that.
That sucked, dude.
Dude, that did like, I remember, like, there's a picture of me, that a Snapchat memory I have where it's like the first day of spring break, or the first like night of spring break, you know, like after like whatever the classes are done, and it's just a picture of me that says like spring break has begun, and that shit is so sad to look at.
That was a fucking crazy time, dude.
Yeah, the whole COVID era is weird to look back on.
I remember I had money on the Lakers Nets game, and I was sitting there watching it, and then like all of a sudden it was like we're cutting over to the Mavericks game, and it cut over to Mark Cuban in the seat like freaking out, like holy shit, like they just canceled the NBA, and it was right after the Gobert
Touching all the mic stuff. Yeah.
It's hilarious how that's the downfall of his career.
Yeah, it's even funnier, like, I don't know, hearing, like, all the stuff that happened in the locker room, like, when that happened, like, from Donovan Mitchell and stuff, like, Gobert really, that video is gonna, like, haunt him the rest of his career.
Yeah, it did. I mean, his career literally went down the fucking drain.
Yeah. Speaking of COVID, how was your quarantine?
I mean, dude, my quarantine was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just played 2K all day, golfed, and then, like, my dad didn't have to close down his workshop. I mean,
Really?
No, because it's like, he can have just me and, like, 2 or 3 of his employees in there.
Have
And
enough space.
yeah, and I mean, that's when we did most of the, like, yeah, we didn't get as many customers in.
We still got money.
But that was when, like, I would just go to work with him, and we were just sorting materials and shit, and, I mean, golfing and then playing video games. So, like, no live sports sucked.
Yeah.
The betting on the weather was a mistake. I did it twice, though.
Twice?
I only did it twice.
I know you did it for raining. What was the other one?
I bet that it would rain that one day, and then I bet, like, highest temperature, like, 85.
Highest temperature.
Like, it would be over under, like, 84.5 degrees.
You're a fuck. Like, that's hilarious, but it's like...
So the place I bet it through, though, was connected to Bovada,
Mm-hmm.
so I didn't have to, like, deposit money.
Yeah.
I had the same balance. So I was like, fuck it, why not?
I was hoping that it was like a town bookie or something like that. Like,
Nah, it was-
you know,
It was
like,
it was an offshore account. I was like, fuck it, why not?
I was the entire time before you told me that, I was just picturing a guy from Medina just like texting like all around, like, here's the lines for today, like, let me know what you want, and like we'll Venmo or whatever. Like, I mean that shit would have got me so weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Nah, dude, was it like March to August?
Yeah.
It was an interesting 5 months.
Interesting.
Yeah, to say the least. What's your relationship like with your religion?
I mean, I'm not an atheist, but I'm not religious. Like, I don't really have a religion.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'd say I follow like a moral code, basically.
Yeah.
But like, I don't go to church or, you know, worship a God by any means. But I'm not like an atheist. I just haven't. It was just religion was never a part of my life, and that's basically it. Like, I don't even think I've been baptized.
Really?
No.
So like, no baptized, no like communion, or no like confirmation. Like, damn, I didn't know that.
No.
Yeah. I mean,
And
again,
it's not like it was like a choice where it's like, fuck religion, or I'm not somebody who's sitting back and I'm like, oh, your religion's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I just never,
had that.
it was never a thing for me. It's not something that like my family was ever big on. I think like my parents back in the day, yeah, but like me and my brothers, like it was never really big for us. Even some of my cousins, it wasn't really,
Yeah.
big for them. So it just, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, like it's like politics. It's like it's not super like. Yeah, it's not super important that you are involved. It's how life is.
But I'm not gonna shit on somebody else for doing it either.
Exactly. I think that's the most important part. It's like it's the worst is like the people that like force their religion on others.
Yeah.
It's like like have your own viewpoint. What is your biggest regret?
I mean, there's a lot of things I could say for this, but to make it a lighter point, my biggest regret is taking that last shot I took in Evan's room before I left. Because if I didn't take that shot, I think I still would have fallen.
Oh, that.
But I think I would have remembered how. I just want to know how it happened. For context, I fell off the Vatican porch one night, drunk. And to this day, nobody knows how I fell, nobody saw me, and I don't remember it.
Do you know, like, was it like from the wood to the. You don't even remember how far you fell?
I remember opening the door. I remember stepping out of the door. The next thing I remember is getting back up off of. I didn't fall down like the big steps.
Yeah.
Like I remember on that platform.
So it was only from the wood to
like, dude, where the dive table used to be.
Yeah.
I remember standing back up right there, and like in my head, I heard Rocky like saying to get up, like and he got knocked down. And I remember looking around and seeing my drink spilled everywhere, and then I stood up, and I was like, "Holy fuck, what the fuck just happened?"
Yeah.
And I remember then feeling my face, and like I touched my right on my forehead, and I looked down and I'm bleeding, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm a fucking idiot! Like this is gonna be embarrassing."
Yeah.
And then I was like pissing myself. So then I was supposed to meet Liz anyways because she was bar crawling with her friends. I'm like, I just fell, like my face is all cut up. Like I need you to meet me. Get back to my apartment, shower, get out of the shower. And then when I started putting my clothes on after the shower, that's when I was like, holy fuck, like I can't move my arm. So like I got in the shower, washed my hair, everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, gee, like
what's wrong?
What's wrong?
Yeah.
And then Liz got there and she just walks in, my face is cut up. And I'm like holding my elbow. She's like, you're a fucking mess. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what happened. Like I can't move my arm. And I'm like, just sleep it off. Woke up the next day, I was like, fuck.
Can't move it.
Can't move it. And then x-rays and...
Was it a fracture, right?
The rest is history. Fractured, yeah.
Yeah.
But so that's, I think, what I would say is a more lighter regret. An actual regret, I would probably say, was when I gained all that weight last semester. Not that I was obese, but I'd say that was a regret, but then losing it this summer almost made it to where it was like, all right, like, I needed that. But I guess I would say that was a regret. A regret was junior year. Now, that was heavily alcohol, not giving a shit about DoorDash at night, but
yeah,
I'd say that was one of my regrets.
Yeah. Well, like you said, you've been grinding the gym, like you look great, and I don't know, I think the most important part of the regret is like a takeaway. It's like, you got that work ethic back,
Right, so it's a regret, but
yeah,
kinda.
Yeah. It's going back to the stairs thing though, like do you really think that like that one last shot was like that, or do you think it just like?
I mean, think about every time we took shots in Evan's room, like
that man was a problem that night.
Nothing ever happened well when we were in Evan's room taking shots. I mean, we had to backpack him one night.
Yeah, that was the night that I was up till 5 a.m. helping him throw up.
Yeah, so it was him too. Dude, and then didn't somebody else fall? Didn't Caroline fall that night too?
No, it was someone.
Somebody fell at Camelot.
No, it was our house.
Shit.
Yeah, it was zip tie night.
But yeah, there's something in the air. Fuck.
Okay, yeah, that was a different night, but still, like, dude, what was with our stairs, bro? Why were people do you remember that giant like splotch on the stairs, like from where the dive table was to the wood?
Yeah.
Do you know why that splotch is there and why it never comes out?
No.
My dad got me a growler, which is like a portable, like refillable thing of beer. and it was peanut butter beer. And I was so excited to try this because he's raved about it all the time. And I was like checking my mail, walking up the stairs because he also brought me my mail. I tripped on the stair.
I actually do
and
remember
it shattered everywhere. And that splotch of where the beer was is still fucking there.
Yeah, I remember you. I actually remember that story now.
Dude, I don't know. That's those stairs are lethal.
Dude, so the thing I can't think of is, so like obviously there's the porch and then there's 2 steps.
3 steps.
3 steps.
Yeah.
And then there's that's right how it happened. I finally remember 2 steps. 3 steps, and then there's like the landing,
yeah.
and then where the die table was. When I got up, I was closer to the steps than the porch. So I don't know if I straight up just like got down the steps and then just blacked out and fell down. I can tell you this though, I wasn't on the ground long.
Where did you see the die table? Or was
No,
the
die table was in the back.
Okay, because I was about to say, like, maybe you hit your face on the die table.
No, the die table was in the back. But I texted Liz, like, meet me in my apartment. And then I stood up, and 2 minutes later, I texted her back, and I fell. So the most I was on the ground floor was like a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I straight up blacked out for a second there
Yeah.
and just fainted, or... Because the other thing, too, is, like, I was pretty drunk, but
Yeah.
I've been that drunk before.
I remember you were yelling at the girl that took your sodas.
Yeah, fuck.
Or your alcohol, what were the Bud Light soda things?
Yeah, somebody took my Bud Light seltzers.
Right.
Damn, dude, I don't know how I fell.
I don't know how you fell, but my autopsy is something along the lines of this. Like, you know, let's say like here's the porch. You take your first step with your left, or it doesn't really matter, but like you're walking down the steps, you like miss one with your right, and then you like fall this way, fall down, and like hit your face and your elbow on the concrete. That's how your face gets.
Yeah, and
although that wouldn't make sense.
The other thing we still can't figure out too is I had scrapes on the right side of my face. I got like
you broke your left elbow.
like Harvey Dent, and then I had my left elbow was broken.
Okay, I was gonna say
my
the same
my
side.
right knee was scraped up.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense.
So dude.
Dude, that like, I don't even know, like if I was like a coroner or something, that'd be like my greatest quandary in the world. Like I guess you were drunk, but it's like, still that should make more, like it should all be symmetrical. Or like, unless you like, you know, like this.
No,
you know,
dude, there's no way you could shake it up for it to make sense.
Like, yeah, no.
I 100% had to have landed on my elbow though.
Yeah, I mean, because I think your face only being scraped up means that the elbow being fractured was definitely like, that's the first thing that happened, but it's like, how does that work? I don't know. Like you said, I know you've thought about it a lot, but now that I'm getting like some of the more facts, it's like that does not make any sense.
No
like
sense.
I always thought it was just like you were drunk, you fell, like whatever. Like I always thought it was the same side, but like that makes no sense. What are you most worried about?
I mean, I don't know who the fuck the Cardinals are gonna hire to be their next head coach. It's been weeks. We still don't have a hire. In like Super Bowls in our hometown, this is when you like make your brand new hire, shovel them out for media week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't even have a motherfucking hire. So yeah, that's I'm not someone who worries much.
Yeah.
So.
No, I know that the Cardinals are always. That's the reason I don't come over when the Cardinals are playing, because like,
I just want to see one. Literally, if they win one Super Bowl, they can never win a game again the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I'll still suit up happily every Sunday and watch them play.
Yeah.
I just want to see one.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, not every team's like the Lakers, or I don't even know how the Pats are, but it's like that are like, oh, you only got me one championship. It's like, if you get one championship for almost any team in the league, it's like you're a golden god.
And every one of my other teams has won. Like, I guess Ohio State basketball hasn't.
But it's like it's not even the best Ohio State team.
But there's 300 college basketball teams. So
yeah, that's also the other thing. Yeah.
Ohio State football's won 2 national championships since I've been born. He won 3 rings.
Not sequentially. Well, 2 sequentially, 1 not. Still.
And the Cardinals, I was 9 years old, thought, this is fun. We're going to go to the Super Bowl every year. Haven't been back. Fuck.
Shout out Kurt Warner.
That's actually a real worry, though, if the Cardinals are ever going to win a Super Bowl. Dead ass, because I actually think I'll die before they win one.
Welcome to the life of a Bears fan.
No, the Bears have won. I mean...
Fair. Welcome to the life of a Bears fan post 1985.
I think I'm getting dangerously close to being similar to the Browns, which I've talked shit about my whole life, but...
Yeah, but at least you don't have Deshaun Watson as a quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing you can say. Like, it's still funny to me because like after everything happened with Big Ben on the Steelers, like in your same conference, gonna get Deshaun Watson.
I know.
Yeah.
Alright, I am going to take this off though because it is hot as shit in here.
Oh, no worries. That's why I brought the zip up because I was like, I know it's probably gonna get taken off at some point. Didn't even make it to the podcast.
See, we got the Italian shirt, North Beach, California.
Let's fucking go. Got the gabagool in the house.
I should have brought some gabagool. That would have been
Dude,
sick.
If you were munching on some gabagool during
I
the
just
pod,
like ate my last slice.
I don't know. I've thought about like bringing something onto the pod, but it's like I feel like drinking water or like something like that is like fine, but it's like watching someone eat.
No,
whether it be you or someone
I
else.
wouldn't be shoveling gabagool down my.
Hey, you'd be, like a. Yeah. That was so fucking stupid.
You gonna cut that part?
Maybe.
Oh, brother.
Dude, I don't know. It's funny because this is like the heaviest part of the podcast and we're just fucking giggling like
I know.
idiots. Okay, I can't say this part on a smile with my face because it's gonna sound fucked. Well, in general, it's just fucked. Yeah, back to serious mode. What's the hardest thing that's happened to you this past year?
Breaking my elbow.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, honestly. That sucked. I mean, whole summer I couldn't golf.
Yeah,
Had to do anything with one
right?
arm. Yeah, I had to go to physical therapy. That sucked. Yeah, that was hard for a while.
Yeah, I mean...
Like I couldn't, for a long time, I couldn't hold anything heavier than like a gallon of milk in my
Really?
left hand. Yeah.
Goddamn. So like, how long did it take before like it was like back to full functionality?
3 months.
Damn.
And I mean, still like,
Yeah.
I can't straighten it, so. I can't, Like I have full functional rotation,
It's just
but
like
I'll
you can't
never
go,
get,
like,
I'll
full-
never get back to 0 degrees.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. On a weird level, reminds me of. Have you ever heard the story of the time when Evan worked out for the first time, like in 2 years during sophomore year, and there was like a week-long period where he couldn't like his arms were like this, like he couldn't like put it back.
Dude, you probably like had a minor fracture and just didn't know it.
No,
Cause like,
it was like after like a week and a half
Yeah.
too. It's funny though because he went on a retreat like the day after, and he had to come home because like they were all like physical activities and he couldn't do them.
Because like, I remember like when it first happened and I had to go home for the X-ray, I'm like, just please don't give me surgery because I want to get back for senior bar crawl.
I remember that.
And
Yeah.
I was like, please, like I just can't do surgery. I didn't want to have a smelly ass cast. And then they're like, kind of like, there's really nothing else you can do besides physical therapy. Like they wanted me to wear the sling socially so people knew like,
Yeah.
hey, my elbow's fucked.
Don't touch it.
Like, don't touch me. But
That would have been tough. Like imagine like senior bar crawl.
dude, there's so many fucking idiots too that I know that like would have came up and grabbed me by the elbow.
Yeah. No, I get that. I'm more mean like imagine being able to like sign someone's shirt and their cast. That'd be kind of tough.
Yeah, but it would get
Oh, it gets smelly.
it gets
It's bad.
and that's why I was like, I don't
I've
know.
never had a cast, and I can't really speak on them, but I've heard how those things just get disgusting.
Horrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ranchy,
I'm glad I
raunchy.
didn't have to do that.
What's something that made you laugh really hard recently?
There's a couple things that were said in the ATL group chat. Definitely can't say aloud because definitely can't link the group chat.
Yeah.
There's been a couple things that happened at bars that were funny. When we were at Buckeye Donuts and this was 2 Thursdays ago and I was hammered, you know, the video of me barking.
Yeah.
We were at Buckeye Donuts and I was sitting there and I was just like, Broncos country. And some random dude in front of us turned around and goes, let's ride. And I mean, I think because of how drunk I was, that was one of those, I laughed for hours at that.
I love drunkenly interacting with strangers.
Yeah, and the dude was like, are you a Broncos fan? I'm like, no, dude, I've just been drinking. He's like, oh, right on. I'm like, yeah, I guess. Broncos country.
Let's ride. Shout out to that guy.
That's great. Fuck Russ, though.
Dude, do you think with Sean Payton is going to be good? I don't know why he had such a bad year.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be better. But, I don't know, man. He really fell off.
I don't know. I can't ever hate that team though because Broncos country, let's ride.
It's so funny. It's so funny.
Yeah, well, there's that, but there's also the fact that we had a Broncos country let's ride fantasy final of my team and Adams both in Broncos country. Let's ride.
And it's also that Russ tried to make it like Coach O's Go Tigers, but like Go Tigers, and especially the way Coach O said it.
Yeah.
It's only 2 syllables, but the way Coach O said it.
Tigers.
Yeah, but the way he said it was so fast.
Yeah.
Like Broncos country, let's ride. You can't say it fast. You can't say it fast, and he tried. And no.
Broncos country. Let's ride. I mean,
idiot, dude.
It's a more of a meme at this point than it is anything. Like it's almost like. It felt like one of those movies where it's like a main character like says a catchphrase over and over again, trying to like make it like a pop culture thing. I can't give a good example of this, but it's like you know when it happens, where it's like someone tries to make something happen, it's like give it up, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Like no one's saying that. If they are, they're probably saying it ironically.
Broncos country.
What's right? Who is your hero?
Larry Fitzgerald. Well, I mean, truthfully, my dad.
Yeah.
But Larry Fitzgerald growing up. Now my dad. But yeah.
Can you elaborate a little bit?
I mean, I think because, my dad just on the day-to-day, how like, everything he does for my family is obviously inspirational. But one of the things that really inspired me was when, he had a really good job at Similac and just didn't want to do it anymore. Just wasn't being fulfilled anymore doing it, so stopped doing it, created his own business, and now the rest is history. I think that was just seeing him be able to do that was awesome. And yeah. So that's why my dad's my hero. And just everything he does for me and my family is just yeah. But and then growing up obviously is Larry Fitz, because he's just a fucking dog.
Fitzmagic.
Yeah. No, that's Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
But that pissed me off for a while, because I was like, dude, like Larry Fitz is Fitz, like not this asshole.
Yeah.
But yeah, Larry Fitz was
Cardinals legend.
yeah.
Does he have his number retired?
He hasn't officially retired yet, but nobody's gonna wear it. Like it's retired.
So it's
Nobody's worn it since he
Stopped
retired, but we haven't had like an official. Because I think they're gonna wait till his statue's done when they do that.
Interesting. Did not know he was getting a statue.
Yeah.
Yeah. But shout out to Joe, one hell of a guy. And what's the name of his company again?
Resource Metal Recycling.
Resource Metal Recycling. If you ever need your metals recycled and sorted through, Resource Metal Recycling.
Waste management.
Waste management.
It makes it sound like it's the mafia, but it's not.
No, he's definitely not money laundering.
It's not waste management.
And he also does bottle caps if you need bottle caps sifted through.
We should have been playing a game of caps while we did this.
I could edit in like a thing of us like just throwing the caps around maybe.
Dude, you should put the BK commercial midway through.
When? Like the caps thing? Or
No, because like we're going to Burger King after. You should put put it just in the middle of at some random point in this interview, just throw it in there.
I figured I'd do it near the end, like once we like near the end, just like we're going to Burger King.
BK.
Have it your way. Why is it? Have you heard the like harder, better, faster Whopper version? It's so
Whopper.
Junior, double, triple, Whopper.
I think Q played it last night.
Q did?
I think he did.
No fucking way. I would have went ballistic.
Yeah.
That's awesome. If I heard that like in a bar, I would legitimately like stop what I'm doing and just look at the bartender like I need 30 more drinks.
Dude, if they use it in their Super Bowl commercial,
they should.
They have to do.
I mean, the thing is, TikTok has done better like the internet has done better marketing for Burger King with this Burger King commercial than anyone ever has. Like I get like scoop, there it is, like set the groundwork, but it's like I have not seen an ad take over this much of the internet. Like
it's just too damn catchy.
It is. It's like I was humming it to myself like before like all this stuff I saw about like like when your quarterback's like down like 4 touchdowns and just threw 3 interceptions and you hear like this 5 times.
Yeah.
Like
my favorite's the TikTok account that like goes back to old sports moments that were like unfortunate
and then puts it
in. Yeah.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
What's your favorite tradition?
The one that I just started, like obviously like family holidays are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love like the tradition like we have on Thanksgiving, like going to my grandfather's house or my mom's side in the morning, and then my dad's side in the afternoon. So I get 2 meals and just sitting there watching football all day. Like that's a great tradition. But like outside of holidays, the one I just started where I'm gonna go to an away Ohio State football game every year. That one's fun. But
I didn't know you were doing that.
yeah, COVID fucked it up.
Yeah.
But so
That's still
obviously
sick.
you went to East Lansing last year. So it started in Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
Which obviously fucking sucked.
Yeah.
But so it was Ann Arbor, then last year we went to East Lansing, and then next year we're going to South Bend. We're going to the Notre Dame game.
That's sick.
Yeah. We're going with old Samuel Sapersky and his dad.
It's a good fucking tradition.
So yeah.
If they're ever in, or how far is Notre Dame from Chicago?
I'm not sure.
I'll look it up. Because I told Adam, like, me, you, and possibly your dad are going to a Packers-Bears game.
Yeah, I feel like it can be sneakily like 2 hours, 3 hours, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, as long as someone has a car to drive me, because I'm not going to have a car anymore, because
Right.
major public city with all public transport, cars are fucking expensive. But,
Yeah.
logistics. What's the best thing that's happened to you this past month?
Stetson Bennett and Max Duggan rushed in that touchdown to cash that $800 parlay.
Son of a bitch. How did that happen? Like, how did you get the one touchdown?
So the crazy thing about that is, so I've been gambling on sports since pledging freshman year.
Yeah.
So, hypothetically. So, obviously, I've done a shit ton of dumbass parlays.
Yeah.
This one, like, even though it was a free bet, I've never been more confident in a bet hitting than that parlay. And it might sound like bullshit now that it happened, but like I placed it, I'm like, damn, dude, like I want to win $800.
Yeah.
$872. Because I was like, this is gonna, like, I was so confident in it.
And then TCU got smacked.
And it was the only touchdown they scored, but
Yeah.
shit.
But you got it.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, I would just, if that didn't happen, like, how depressed would you have been?
Very. Now, obviously, that's kind of a joke. Greatest thing that's happened to me this month was getting into grad school. But that too.
Yeah. No, I mean, they're both very, very high quality moments, because, I mean, at the end of the day, like, that's a bet you probably are going to touch.
And hit in the first quarter.
Yeah.
I just, at the rest of the game, kicked my feet up, sat
Yeah.
there, and enjoyed it. So.
Yeah, no, shout out to Stetson Bennett, or, who's the TCU quarterback?
Max Duggan.
Shout out Max Duggan,
Shout
and
out.
shout out Ohio State grad, or sports, what is the official name of it?
So it's a Master of Science in Kinesiology, but I'm specializing in sports management.
Shout out the
Yeah.
University, or Ohio State University's sciences for letting this fucker get into grad school for
College
sports
of
science.
Human Ecology.
Human ecology, there we go.
Yeah.
What do you think your past self would think of you now?
I mean, I think he'd be very proud because, you know, ever since I was born, I wanted to go to Ohio State, and I did it. And I'd say the last 4 years here have been, you know, is about as good as it could be. So I think I'd be very proud of myself. I think I'm on the path that I always thought I'd be on. So I gotta be proud.
There you go. Yeah, shout out old you, and Al, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Think good kid.
I think my old self would also be happy that I've stuck with the Cardinals through all the bullshit. No, they've been good. They've been very good, but last year was a fucking disaster.
Hard Knocks, 3-14. What is it? Is that like the worst record that they've had since you've been a fan, or have they gotten worse?
That's the worst record we've ever had.
They died.
Well, no, we went 3-13, and then I mean obviously because the game got added, we went 4-12, but like,
Yeah.
or 4-13, but like, so that's technically better than 3-13.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, this is the worst. That 3-13 year, we didn't have high expectations, so this is usually the worst year I've ever had.
What do you think your purpose in life is?
To make those around me happy, I'd say. That's why I try to, like, every time I'm with people, I never, whether I'm upset about some or not, I try to put that shit behind, because I don't want, when like my friends think about me and like when I go to hang out with them, I want them to be happy, like that I'm there. So like I always just try to be the happiest person I could be with them and like make everybody else feel great, I guess would be. So I guess I would just say that's my purpose in life.
It's a good purpose to have.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to be happy, right?
I mean, we're all gonna die one day, so shit.
Might as well enjoy it while it lasts, right?
Yeah.
Are you fulfilled?
I mean, not yet, but I think, so like I would say like, at this stage of my life, or like, I don't know how to put this. I'm happy with the accomplishments I've made thus far, but as Kobe Bryant would say, like, job's not finished.
It's a good mentality to have.
So.
But you think you will be satisfied? Or
I think I will be.
Point.
Yeah. But right now, job's not finished.
Job not finished.
22.
There you go.
Ask me again when I'm 50.
Hopefully we're making another one of these when you're 50.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. Where do you see yourselves going in the next 5 years, both personally and professionally? Mostly the personal part.
I just don't think much is gonna I don't think I'll change much personally. Like I feel like I'll be the same dude for a long time. Like obviously I'll get older. Like different shit's gonna be more more of a responsibility than it is now. But I don't think personally much will change. Professionally, I don't know, because there's still so many things I'm weighing. Like there's so many avenues I could go into. Like obviously I've more recently have enjoyed the business side of sport and sports marketing. But I also wouldn't be opposed to just working in the athletic department here, or even working for the university or the sports management program itself and being a professor. So there's a million things I could do, but
yeah,
I just have to choose.
Yeah,
the next couple of years basically.
Yeah, you're still a couple of years out till the professional world.
And a lot of the shit I want to do too, I could start out being a college professor and then go back into sports business. There's a lot, it'll all work its way into each other, so.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
What do you want to have done by the next time we film a podcast episode? I don't know when that is, but I'm saying 3+ years from now.
So obviously my degree's 2 years, so I don't have my master's degree. Yeah, I'll just stick with that, my master's degree.
That's a good answer, yeah.
I'll put it this way, I want to be completely done with my education by the next podcast.
By the next podcast, I'm sure you will, unless you drop out.
Yeah.
Hoping you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that ends the conversational part of this podcast. Wrapping down, I got some quick hitters for you. So, just first thing comes to mind, but if you need some time to think about it, go for it. Just try not to overthink it, all right?
Yeah.
This is a moment in the mind of Cody Joseph Bastino.
So this is fast money on Family Feud?
Sure, although you have more time to think than fast money.
Okay.
What's a song that stuck in your head recently?
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Frame Grill Chase with perfect toppers. I rule this day. Lettuce, mayo, pickle, ketchup, it's okay if I don't want that Impossible or bacon Whopper, any Whopper my way. You rule, you're seizing the day at BK. Have it your way. You rule.
First Take by Travis Scott. Old one, but it came on in the gym, so it's been sticking with me.
Yeah. What's one of your favorite quotes or lyrics?
Well, obviously, I was just watching The Godfather before this. It's keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
Great lyric, or great quote.
Michael Corleone.
Yeah. What's the best show or movie you've seen in the past month?
Godfather.
1 or 2?
I like one better. I've seen both in the last month. But I've also seen Goodfellas in the last month.
How often do you watch these movies?
Dude, all the time.
Goodfellas
Goodfellas is my favorite movie ever, so I'll say Goodfellas is the best movie I've seen.
I've never seen any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to watch
You've never seen any?
Nope.
Alright, I think we're watching Goodfellas tonight then.
But what's the best thing you've binged recently?
How I Met Your Mother.
Good answer. What's the best book you've read recently?
I'm not done yet, but Mamba Mentality.
Mamba Mentality by Kobe's
Yeah, Kobe's big hardcover, yeah.
Yeah, with the pictures and all that?
Mhm.
Really good book.
Yeah.
What's your current and most recent job?
So, most recent, it wasn't really a job, but the internship for Sponsor United. And then current, I don't have one because...
Yeah.
But I just applied to become a GTA and or a research assistant, so we'll see.
Interesting, I'll talk about Grand Theft Auto.
Graduate teaching assistant.
Yeah. Do you want kids? If so, how many?
I want kids. No more than 3, I think I'd say.
That's a good answer. Yeah, after that's...
But more than 1.
I gotcha. Do you have a favorite conspiracy theory?
San Antonio Holmes was out of bounds.
What play was that?
The Super Bowl against the Cardinals.
Okay. That...
The catch, the ball did not survive the ground, so...
Checks out. What is your favorite spot to eat nearby, whether it be sit down or fast food?
Bucket Nuts.
Amazing answer. Can't go wrong. What's something that's underrated?
Bam
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, you didn't think it was going to be an all-star.
He shouldn't be an all-star. Pascal's having a better fucking season than him. Yes, he's not winning, but he's also like Bam Adebayo has fucking Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero.
I don't care. He's underrated. That's my answer.
Fine. What's your biggest hot take?
Lucky's was the best bar on this campus. Ever.
Ever. It's pretty. Is Stu actually going under?
Oh, fuck. I don't know if I could say it over outer, though.
The thing is, for me, I never went to Lucky's.
It's a hot... I feel like it's a hot take, though. So.
It's a hot take.
Beat here. No, it's not hot. Alright, I'll give you a new hot take.
Okay.
Dwayne Wade's the greatest shooting guard of all time.
Over MJ. Fucking.
Fortnite is still a good video game. Or, no, it was hot take, right? Yeah, hot take. Hot take. Fortnite is still a good video game.
The crazy thing is, everyone made fun of Endgame for Fortnite still being a thing in 2023 for the 5-year jump. It's still
Dude,
going.
it's still
going.
It's still good.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Its longevity is almost as good as LeBron's.
Dude, it's got a LeBron-esque longevity.
LeBron's even in the game.
Yeah.
Have you seen that TikTok of the guy who's like,
It's the guy from Fortnite.
Yeah, he just dunked. My goodness. What is your biggest pet peeve?
Anytime I see Harbaugh's fucking face, I just hate the way
Jim or John?
Jim. And I just, fuck him.
No.
I just hate the way they like push. Fuck him. I'm not even gonna get into it.
I won't get you on your rant.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also crazy the fact that they're saying this is the first Super Bowl with like two brothers, where it's like the Harbaugh already happened.
So to give it more depth, it's not just Jim Harbaugh. It's the way that everybody's surrounding him like he's Michigan's hero when he's actively tried to leave every year. He's actively taken NFL interviews. And they're like still like, oh, well, we love Jim. It's like, dude, no, he's trying to fucking leave you.
He's got one foot out the door the entire time.
Yeah, and we're like acting, that's what pisses
He's like the boyfriend that cheats on girls in front of his face, and they're like,
and she keeps
he's
thinking,
so awesome.
Right, like, fuck off.
Yeah. What is your biggest insecurity?
I don't really know if I have one, really.
That's fair. What's your favorite quality about yourself?
I don't know if I adapt. Like, I think I'm pretty easygoing in most situations. Like, I think you can insert me in anything and I excel. And like,
Pause.
Fuck. Not like that. I think you could like. I think any like group you put me in, I'd be able to relate to somebody.
That's a good answer, actually.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it firsthand. That's facts, as Pat would say. What's your favorite outfit?
Just all black. All black or white shoes. Like black hoodie, black jeans, white shoes.
Any specific like black hoodie, shoes?
My Banana Republic, just plain black hoodie with my black jeans and then white Nike Blazers.
Good answer. Looking like a funeral out here.
Yeah.
What's your biggest hobby?
Sports gambling.
Yeah.
Can't lie.
Yeah. So you're stuck on a deserted island. You can only bring one thing. If you bring electronics, they don't have cell service, and you can't bring like a fucking boat or something like that. Anything else goes. What are you bringing?
I'll bring a case of beer. I'll sit there on the island, enjoy the sun, and die.
It's a morbidly
I'm
beautiful.
gonna go. If I'm stuck on, that's the thing about that question. Like, you're stuck on a desert island, you're gonna die. So it's like, what would you bring? I'd enjoy it. Because I would say I'd bring a person. Like,
but then you're bringing them into that.
right? Like I'd say I'd bring Adam and Liz, but then it's like, all right, well, they're gonna die there with me.
Yeah, that's the thing I always think when people like answer that. It's like you're just bringing like whatever they are in the world that you, or like I don't know, I also have thought like for the people that like say like more survival-y stuff. It's like.
So that's the thing. I wouldn't want to like fuck it. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, you just give up. Well, at the very least,
I wouldn't say I'm giving up. Like if the scenario is there's no way out of it, fuck it, dude.
I will say, at the very least, you have all the aluminum from the Coke cans to like form something. So
Yeah.
there's that.
And after 8 beers in, I'll figure out how I'll get out of there.
There you go. Yeah, just like transform or like take the arms from a monkey and just transform into a rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at that point, it's like if I'm gonna go out, I'm
Go down your
assuming
terms.
I said goodbye to everybody. And say goodbye to. Just give me a case of beer and let me die in peace. You know, like a machine, dude.
Dude, season 6 is hitting right now.
So the reason I haven't been commenting on much is because season 6 is kind of like a blur to me, and
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything that hasn't happened yet.
No, I get it. Dude, last night, this part is being cut out just because, like, spoilers, and specifically to bleep out.
Yeah. Dude, Lalo became like a top tier character. I mean, if he already wasn't, he became a top tier character.
The thing about Lalo before is, like, anytime I would see him on the screen, it was always, like, this scene is better, because, like, I would always smile when I see him, but now it's like I love watching him on the screen, but, like, it's not because of his charisma anymore, it's just because, like, what the fuck is he gonna do?
Dude, yeah.
Shout out Lalo. Go. Who are your best friends?
Yeah, I mean, Adam's obviously my best friend.
Mm.
But if I gotta list off my best friends right now, I'd still count Jacob Jackson. I feel like I have to. I'll count Liz too. And then it would be, in no order. I just want to make sure I don't.
Yeah, it's just a group of people in no specific order, yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say everybody from the Vatican. I don't need to list everybody's name, they all know.
Yeah.
Samuel Sapersky, Jacob Kraus, Tyler Gunther, Tony Malone, Joey DeRusso. Alright, so I think I hit those groups. We'll throw Rusty in there. Ketz. I think. And I mean Bald.
Can't forget Ryan.
When I said Vatican, I kind of went through college. Obviously Bald.
Yeah.
He'll be standing right there at my wedding with us. I don't think I'm forgetting anybody else.
It's a big old list right there.
Yeah.
What are you curious about?
For a while I was curious about the afterlife. Now I don't really give a shit. What I'm curious about? Oh, that's an easy answer. How is LeBron James still the greatest basketball player in the NBA at 38 years old? Genuinely, how is he still doing it?
It's a really good, I don't know if he's the best player, but it's like the fact that he's still top 10.
How the fuck is he still doing this? That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah, dude, I don't think he's gonna break the scoring records. He's 36 points away, for context, from breaking the all-time.
You think he's
scoring
gonna do it
record.
next game or no?
I think if it's a losing game in the fourth, like, he's not going to, because, like, what's the fucking point? But if if it's close, I think he will. But if it's a blowout, I don't think he's going to either.
I bet method of basket to be a dunk. Just because I want to see it. More than anything, I want it to be a breakaway tomahawk dunk, man. I'd cry.
I think it would be so funny if he was like 1 foot away and he just kept missing. Like, imagine they're like, "Is this the dagger?"
Goes to the free throw line, misses both.
Yeah. Or like, he tries to do a sky hook and like misses it, and like, it'd just be so fucking funny.
What if he scored like 35 next game, so all he had to do was score 1 point, and then he got like a breakaway and pump faked the crowd and like circled back around?
People were saying he was going to score like 9 this game and then score 30 the next game. It's like, he's not letting go of that double digit streak.
Yeah.
But no, that's gonna be a sight to behold. Like, I gotta come over to your place to watch that.
Yeah, I think Ethan's coming over too.
Really? What day is that?
So they play the Thunder Tuesday.
Okay.
And then they play the Bucks Thursday. So Thursday will probably be an outer. I don't have my LeBron jersey on.
Yeah. I'll definitely be there.
Yeah.
What is something that you have to do every day?
Can't say gamble on sports because I'm not addicted.
You're not addicted.
I just do it when I want to do. Call my mom.
It's a wholesome answer. It's a really good answer. What is one thing you want to own?
A dog.
Any type? Or
I don't know because obviously Jake's dog Bronco, like mini Bernedoodles, those are fun dogs. I think that's where I lean right now, but I don't know. I don't want a massive dog.
So you're like medium to smaller?
Medium to smaller, name him Fitz.
After all the thing that you just talked about, not naming after celebrities, naming them Fitz.
Yep. Put a bow on it.
What is your proudest accomplishment?
Getting into grad school.
That's a great answer. What do you think the price of gas will be by the next time we film?
It's going down right now, isn't it?
I don't know.
$4 a gallon. I think it'll get back up.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. I just really hope it stays at whatever it is right now. I think it's like $2.89 or something like that, but like...
Yeah. Who knows?
Where do you want to visit next?
New York.
Any reason?
I can't say Italy because I'm going to Italy.
You can say Italy.
Italy technically, but I'm going in June. So like, a place that I don't have planned yet that I want to go, is New York. Yeah.
Any specific reason for New York?
Nah, I haven't been there. I feel like I have to.
Really?
I want to get a slice of pizza there.
Pizza.
Nice. I just want to go to a nice Italian restaurant
Yeah.
in New York.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
What's one piece of advice you have for yourself, for the world, for me, whoever?
Stay positive.
That's a good answer. And last but not least, top 5.
Top 5. Ooh! How did I know this would be in here? All
Next
right.
question.
Top 5. Friendship. Beer. Gambling. All forms.
Sports and non-sports?
Could wrap that into one.
Yeah.
And I can't leave sports out of the top 5. Just
Even though it's technically covered in gambling, you gotta give it its own spot?
so that's what I'm debating. Like, does it count? Yeah, I'll give it its own spot.
I don't want to alter your opinion, but I'm surprised anything Italian/Gospel related wasn't on that top 5.
So I kind of wrap it in like
Friendship?
like not really friendship, but like I am Italian, so like
Yeah.
I don't need to like list.
You don't need a...
Because I'm myself, like
Yeah.
it's my top
It's
5,
so
so
inherent to you that doesn't like...
I inherited all of it, so I don't need
Yeah.
to like.
I gotcha.
But yeah, no, it's top 5 though. I mean, it changes.
Yeah, it's the one question I dread because I haven't answered it. But that's a really good fucking top 5. I feel like that describes you pretty well.
Honorable mention is obviously chicken cutlet.
Chicken cut. It's made the cut so many times in this fucking podcast. It had to be.
And I'm gonna make. I'll make some on Tuesday.
I might try. I don't think I've ever had your chicken cutlets, I should say.
Mine aren't great, but you know.
You ever had like home fried like food, if that makes sense?
Like my mom's chicken cutlets are amazing. My grandma's like those chicken cutlets you need to have them. But
I gotcha.
I'll make some chicken cutlets for you. We'll get you
I'll
some
eat.
cutlets. You know what? We'll get you some cutlets when we watch Goodfellas. That's
Oh
what
yeah.
we'll do.
All right. Well, that's the podcast. Glad to have you on. You know, this was a long time coming,
Yeah.
and also really glad I got you like the middle of like your last semester.
Right.
It's a really good time.
Right in the heart of senioritis.
Yeah, it's gonna age well. But
Yeah.
how do you want to end this thing?
Rest in peace, Luckies. I think is how I want to end it.
All right.
I don't want it to ever be forgotten.
What?
And if this is a time capsule,
Yeah.
I don't want our fallen soldier to ever be forgotten.
All right. Well,
That's one thing I'll throw in there. Yeah, that
Right.
won't ever be forgotten.
rest in peace, Luckies.
Yeah.
Sweet. Wait.
At
BK, have it your way. You rule.